started with entering meals into MyFitnessPal. So first things first is you want to get your sample nutrition guide printed out and in front of you, so that way you can enter it into MyFitnessPal. And the first thing that I'm going to enter in is my breakfast. So I have 1 cup of blueberries, 1 cup of liquid egg whites, and a half a cup of oats. So I'm going to go ahead and open up the app into MyFitnessPal. And the first thing that I want to do is I want to make sure that I have my goals set correctly. So if I go into goals and I click on my calorie, carbs, and fats, I just want to make sure that I have everything set up right. So I have 119 grams of carbs, 140 grams of protein, and 40 grams of fat. So, and the way that you would adjust that is you would just click on it, make sure that you click over to grams and have everything set exactly how it is on your sample nutrition guide. And so I have that set already. And then the other thing that you want to make sure is that your activity level is set for not very active, so that way it doesn't adjust your calories. And then also at the bottom with your fitness goals, we want to make sure that we don't have any workouts or minutes to work out and your exercise calories are turned off. Otherwise, it's going to adjust your caloric intake based off of those goals. So we want to make sure that those are set off. Now we're going to go ahead and go to my meals, recipes, and foods. So here you're going to click over to meals, and this is where you're going to go down to the bottom and you are going to click create a meal. So I'm going to name my meal breakfast. And I usually like to put the date on there too, so that way I know when I've added it. And I'm going to add food. So first thing I'm going to look for is blueberries. And remember, you're looking for that green verified check mark. And so the first one that pops up is the green verified check mark. It already has the serving size. If you were to change the serving size, instead of cups, you can measure it in grams, ounces, and so on and so forth. So just make sure you have the serving size measurement correct. And then, of course, you want to click on the correct number of servings. So that is going to be blueberries, and we're going to click check. Now we're going to add some egg whites. And I do my Kirkland egg whites. So if there's if you have something, it's best whatever you have to scan it in or to type in exactly what it is that you have. And this is a green verified check mark as well. So this one is in the serving sizes measured in cups. Here I have it as 3/4 of a cup. So I'm going to adjust it down and make it 1 full cup. And then click the check box up at the top. And then I'm going to put in my oats. So again, you want to make sure that you are entering in your oats exactly how it has it on your sample nutrition guide. So this one only has it in measurements of grams or yes, in grams. So I'm going to look and see. I believe if I minimize this, fix it. So if I look at my sample nutrition guide here, a half a cup is measured out about 150 calories, 3 grams of fat, 27 grams of carbs, and 6 grams of protein. So that is what I'm going to go off of when I enter in something that doesn't have it in the right measurement. So this one is, it said 148, 150 with 27, 2.5, and 5. Oops, exit. and that's pretty close. So I have 27 grams of carbs. On here it says 27.9. 5 grams of protein. This one says 6 grams of protein. And then fats has 3 grams. My fats are 2.5, and then it has a couple extra calories. So that is pretty close to what I have on that guide. So I'm just going to click this, and there is my breakfast. And now I'm going to hit save up at the top, and there you have my breakfast for 2025. Now, the other ones, I've already created my other meals in here, but I'm going to do my dinner. So again, just to show you how to create the meal, you're going to name it. This is going to be chicken and asparagus dinner. And then I'm going to make sure that I put the date so that way I know when I added this meal. All right, so I have 10 asparagus. This one says, oh, this one has 10 spears. 10 spears, check. And then avocado. Avocado. I think it was a half. So this one is in ounces on my nutrition guide. It actually has a half a cup of sliced. So, and this one's going to be, I'm looking at the fats. So 10 grams of fat, 116 grams of calories, or 116 calories. Maximize. So if I go to cups cubed, and I have to bring this down to 0 in order to make it a half a cup. So 120, 11 grams of fat. Yes, so that's going to be added in there. And then I have cauliflower rice. So cauliflower rice, search. And this is going to be a half a cup. So again, I want to bring that cups to 0, and then I'm going to put in half. And that is, the serving size is in cups. So I'm just going to click that check. Now the chicken is the tricky part. So be very specific when you are entering in what food it is that you want. So we're going to do boneless. Yeah, boneless. Skinless chicken breast. So we have boneless and skinless chicken breast right here. And we can make sure that it's in ounces. So for chicken, there's a lot of the mistakes that I see is that they enter in the wrong chicken, and it actually has carbs in it. Chicken is just straight protein. So there should be no carbs in it whatsoever unless it's breaded or cooked in some type of carb. So you want to make sure that you, again, look for that green verified check mark. So entering in your chicken breast, boneless, skinless, unless of course you're having chicken thighs or something, but you shouldn't be. So this on the nutrition guide is chicken breast. So we want to make sure that we have the right one. If you, for example, just type in chicken, there's a ton of chicken that will come up. Grilled chicken. This one actually is okay too. The rotisserie chicken is going to have a higher fat because, again, this is including all of the chicken and not just the breast. So make sure that you enter in the right chicken. This one, see, this one I just clicked, grilled chicken. It has 2.7 grams of carbs. There should be no carbs in chicken. It's just straight protein. So make sure that you enter in, like I said, boneless and skinless chicken breast. All right, this one is 4 ounces, and on my nutrition guide, I'm going to click 1 ounce because it's actually 3.5 ounces. Then I'm going to change it to 3 over here and make sure that I put that 1/2 ounce in there. And then I'm going to click the check button. And now I've entered in asparagus, avocado, cauliflower rice, and my chicken breast. Click save. Now that I have all my meals ready to go, I'm going to go into my diary for today, and I'm just going to add all of those foods. So I'm going to go to my meals, breakfast. Click on breakfast, click the check button, and go back, and this is where it will be already loaded in there. Then I'm going to click my snack. If you work out in the morning, your post-workout shake would be the snack that you would have. And that is loaded in there. Now I'll go down to the lunch, my meals. I did the shrimp tacos, so I'm going to click on that, click the check button, and then lunch is already loaded in there. And my snack, go to my protein smoothie, check that button. And then finally, dinner, my meals, and go to dinner and click that. Now, if I look at everything in here, everything should match up to my macros. Now, if it doesn't, and you can see, I'm not really worried about the calories, but you can see that I'm under in my carbs and I'm a little over in my fat and under in my protein. So this is kind of like where we play the macro game of making some adjustments in order for it to match. So if I'm not too worried about the 1 or the 2, but I do need some more carbs. So if I adjust my rice to say 2/3, look at that. So I just slightly increased the rice because that is a carb, and now I'm almost spot on with my macros. And when I go to my nutrition down at the bottom, I can see, okay, my protein is at 139. I'm off by 1 gram. My carbs are 118. I'm off by 1 gram. And my fat is over in 1 gram. So my coach should be pretty happy with that. And bada bing, bada boom, I am ready to go. And then all you have to do for the rest of the week is you will just copy and paste this. So you'll hit edit, select all, copy, and then you'll just copy that to tomorrow. And that way you are preloaded and pre-tracked and ready to go for the entire week. So there's no guessing as to what you are going to eat. You have everything right there in MyFitnessPal, so you can just look at it, look at the amounts, and have your day prepped and prepared, ready to go. If you have any questions, please reach out to your coach directly. I hope this tutorial was helpful. Have a fantastic week and happy meal prepping.